But so trigger warning, I'm going to speak about grief, loss of a parent, and loss of a partner. So recently I have been witnessing and challenging moments of people being unkind around others and their grief. This is because I personally have experienced grief, and that's a big reason why I set up my business. So in the UK, it was recently Mother's Day, and someone sent out in a group for women a Happy Mother's Day image. Now, someone rightly said, Mother's Day can be difficult for some people. And this person was met with a barrage of comments like, oh, let's just enjoy the day. It's really sunny outside. Let someone just be positive. And I just thought this was really unkind and quite naive, if I'm honest, because Mother's Day isn't personally difficult for me because I have a relationship with my mother and, I love her and I celebrate Mother's Day. But for some people, Mother's Day is really triggering because they have lost their parent. And for some people, it's because they want to be a mother and they can't be. Now, I have been experiencing a lot of grief about whether I'm going to be a parent or not. I'm 42. You can look up the statistics about, whether having a healthy pregnancy at 42. I haven't even met someone. So, there's a lot of grief around that. Now, I didn't feel it on Mother's Day, but other little things will trigger off that grief around whether I get to be a parent or not. And it's really difficult to navigate. So I think in another post, I saw somebody criticizing somebody else about their grief and saying that they thought that the person was exhibiting unhealthy grief. The timeline that they'd been grieving was unhealthy and that they should seek professional help. Now, anyone that knows about grief knows that there is no timelines, there's no timescales, and grief is such an individual thing for everybody. And I, again, challenged this person. I said, you haven't experienced grief, because if you had, you'd realise that regardless of what that person is saying, that's how they're processing their grief, and it can take a really long time. And, my father's passed away, it's 3 years now, and some days I'm fine, some days I'm absolutely not fine. It's really small things that trigger it off. And people will say, because they won't have experience themselves, lived experience, so they're going on what they've read. And so my point is just to be really kind about people, especially around grief, and particularly if you've not experienced it personally yourself, because it's really hard for the person that's dealing with grief. Thanks for my TED Talk. Have a good day.